I'll give you a quick introduction. Not sure if you've been on Pawrade.com before, or if this is your first time hearing about us and meeting someone from Pawrade. But what we do is we go out and we find breeders, and breeders also find us. And we are a customer service platform to help connect people with these breeders. They go through a lot of screening, so we want to make sure we're not just working with anybody. I'll touch base a little bit about some of these points here. So just going from top to bottom, the vetted breeders is exactly what it means. Breeders typically are finding us and applying with us because we have such a good reputation online. So the vetted breeders really is the first step of this process, making sure we're working with reputable breeders, no puppy mills, no scams, all of those risks that are out there finding a puppy online these days. We are protecting you from having to deal with any of that. So that's a huge value to you when you're looking at the Cavapoos and puppies on our website. We also have secure payments. We hear about people getting scammed from Venmo and Zelle and Cash App. And I've even heard someone that spent $1,000 in Target gift cards thinking they were going to get a puppy. So all of these ways that people are getting scammed these days, we eliminate all that by using debit and credit cards. And at the bottom, powered by PetPay. PetPay is kind of like the PayPal of pet adoptions. So this is an amazing platform. It's trusted, it's confidential. So that's why we've chosen PetPay to use debit and credit cards to make sure you're getting the puppy you're paying for. So every step is taken care of, like I said, from start to finish. And once we get the puppy to you, we have post-adoption care and we have education and support, making sure that you guys are being prepared for a successful puppy ownership. Especially if this is your first puppy ever, or even your first pet ever, we'll be there for you. And we have our phones open 7 days a week. So just wanted to go through our list of why we're valuable to you and why our breeders are the ones that we choose to work with. All right, so Brandon is our breeder, one of them that we've worked with for a number of years. He's fantastic. We have so much trust in him because his puppies, as you can see, are always super cute, and he knows how to take care of them really well. So Brandon, if you want to maybe introduce yourself, take a minute or two to let us know your experience in breeding, your experience with Cavapoos, and any other information you can think of off the top of your head as you introduce your puppies.
Hi, I'm Brandon, like you said, and I've been doing this for 26 years. And I have 3 kids, and they absolutely love, well, how could you not love all these babies? And this is Riley. She's going to help us out. This is what we spend all our time doing. So here's all our little babies, and they're just as cute as they can be.
Now, can you talk a little bit about their age? I think they just turned 8 weeks old. So would they be available for the new homes in the next week or so, Brandon?
Yes, they're available. They can leave us after 8 weeks old.
And you've handled some of the initial vaccinations, right?
Yeah, they receive their first worming. They get hire and tail at 2 weeks, and then at 4 weeks they get panicure for 3 days, and then 8 weeks they receive a adrenal, and they start their puppy shots at 6, and they'll get one at 8, and then 10 and 12 if they're still with us.
Okay. They look a little rested today. Do they just eat or play already, or are they just waking up?
Oh, they've been playing since they woke up this morning. Half of them's ready to play,
Okay.
and half of them's sleeping on us. Come here.
There you go.
Come here. Come here.
Brandon does live in the southern part of Missouri, which makes pickup or delivery options readily accessible. Pawrade, on our end, we have chosen great pet safe transport options, whether it's through an airline, also through a ground delivery company that we've used for a while. So if you can't get to Missouri, we do have options to get the puppy to an airport near you or even to your door through a ground delivery service. We do have a question about the full size of how big these puppies are expected to get. Do you have like a range that maybe you can talk about what you expect from this litter?
15 pounds, 16 pounds. And
yeah, we have another great question and I can help answer it. Comparing a Cavapoo maybe to a golden doodle, they both have the poodle mix, Do you have anything to say about some similarities or differences?
Well, your golden doodles, of course, going to be a lot bigger. They're going to be a lot more uh, active. You know, I mean, they're going to be real energetic, in my experience. So uh, I prefer the Cavapoos over the golden doodles.
I think the size of the adult weight is going to be the biggest thing. So both are great, but I think it kind of comes down to what your living space is like. You know, do you have a big yard or are you in more of a smaller apartment? Things like that to consider around the size. But that's a great question. This is a good one, Brandon, and we do get this a lot. Do you experience any difference between the males or the females with the Cavapoo breed?
Not so much with the Cavapoos. I don't. No. Females tend to pick
Right.
up a little quicker on training, you know, sometimes, and on potty training. They're both great, honestly. So, and usually our puppies, they're used to a doggy door and they go outside when they want. And usually the mom trains them, or they're pretty easy to potty train by the time they leave us. And it's usually a day or a couple of days. We have a lot of, you know, feedback that a lot of them just takes a day or so and they're potty trained, especially with the Cavapoos.
Yeah, and even if you don't have a doggy door at your own home, the nice thing about it, you know, that Brandon the breeder is introducing it, is that what they're learning is the outside area is where the potty breaks happen. So if they are moving into your home and you don't have a doggy door, they are at least familiar with the grass or the dirt. You know, that's where they handle business. So we're always pleased to know that
Yeah.
Brandon does everything he can to get them prepared for an easy transition.
Yeah.
I think with the Cavapoo, you're not going to see much of a difference, but that's a great question. Thanks for posting that one. Can you walk us through the names one by one?
All right. Here's Teddy. This one's Teddy. And here is Charlie. This one right here is Bear. Yep. This is Daisy.
Mhm.
She's really loving. She has a great personality too. And then Lucy, she's over here. She's the chocolate and tan.
She was one of my favorites. She's kind of got those distinguished eyebrows and a very
Yeah.
unique face and color.
Oh, she does. She's just beautiful. Let's see. This is Bailey here. She's been playing with her toys the whole time. All right, this is Buddy. This one here is. Here, Buddy. Come here. You're good.
A little camera shy, huh, buddy?
Yeah, he is. Okay, this is Luna right here.
A common question we also get, Brandon, is do we have to keep the names? So
No,
typically these are just nicknames because they're so young, they're not really learning their name quite yet. So, you know, do you tell people they can rename them? How does that work?
they can rename name or they can rename them. It's whatever they choose to do.
Right. They're just kind of learning their environment and figuring things out. So if you get them early enough, you know, even in the next week or two, you'll be able to choose that name that you think is best fit. And when you're working through the initial potty training or some of the initial obedience training, those are great times to really drill in that name into their head so they know who to respond to and what to respond to. All right, we do have a question about the delivery. So we have a flat rate. The delivery from door to door is going to be $749. In certain circumstances, it might be a little bit more, but we keep it to that flat rate. The $749 covers a lot, though. First and foremost, it's covering the scheduling for when we can arrange it around your schedule. It's not as easy as it sounds, but we have a team of specialists and logistics that know exactly what they're doing. So that whole headache is taken off of your shoulders. We'll get that done for you with the scheduling. Then, of course, it is paying for the actual transport from A to B. As long as you're not way off in the boondocks or way up in the mountains, we can get the puppy directly to your door. So you'll be watching Netflix and you'll get a knock on the door and you'll have your puppy in your arms next thing you know it. The nice thing about it is you're going to have typically like a GPS sort of tracking number, so to speak. So you'll know where your puppy is while in that ground transit. So the scheduling, the transport, and of course the puppy care. The vans that go from place to place will have two drivers, making sure that one person is behind the wheel, of course, and the other person can peek over their shoulder and make sure that the puppies are doing well, being fed, getting water. So there's plenty of hands on deck, and you're helping, pay towards the transport and the puppy care, though. Brandon, thanks so much. It was great to see you again.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
So I hope you've enjoyed your time. Thank you for joining the live stream, everyone. When you're out there looking for a puppy, just remember that 80% of pet advertisements out there are scams, and that's been reported by the Better Business Bureau. So we don't want to rush you into a decision, but these puppies typically go pretty fast after a live stream. So we want to give you some time to talk with your spouse, your kids, even yourself, and decide if this is going to be the right decision for you. Feel free to give our 800 number a call, and we have people ready to help and eager to get a puppy into your home.